25K? What? Yeah! Today I'm sharing all my workflows in depth on how to create cinematic stories through AI video generations from scratch, start to finish, and I mean actually finish. Character, world, voice consistency, the whole...
Okay, hi. Hi, sorry. I know, I'm early.
You're very early.
So, we, the Control Girls, have been in the studio a lot. Like a lot. New music videos, new music, real music, not AI generated. And I know you guys keep asking where the music videos are, and I love you for that. I do. That's not lost on me. But here's the thing. We're kind of doing things no one has done before. And if you'll let us cook, and you want us to cook it right, please trust the process, because I think we're building something that will be worth the wait.
Okay, that's the...
Okay, and today we're going all the way through one story, front to back. You're gonna meet RAVENA and love her. We'll talk character builds, world plates, in-depth look on using the Claude skills we built to prompt for videos, and Cinema Studio, which doesn't get enough love, but it lives inside HF, who is the sponsor of this video, so
is that it?
Thank you, HF. Lastly, we'll explain all the ways you can pull images and video clips together for music videos, including lip sync, which everybody keeps asking about and nobody wants to explain.
Real quick, before anything else, everything that you just watched, we're building consistency here. On this channel, we're talking about why Zara here looks like the same person she looked like 3 videos ago, why she's going to look like the same person 3 videos from now, character lock, voice lock, lip sync methods, and by the end of the next 30 minutes. 30. We've got a lot to dive into. You're gonna know how to do all of those while crafting your own stories. That being said, before we dig in, I owe you guys some winners. So last video, we did another contest, dropping 6,000 credits to the winner. We asked for a short story, 15 seconds, 3 shots only, leaving the viewer wanting more. And I said we'd take our 5 favorites and actually generate them with the cinema director skill that we are releasing today, available in the description below. It's different and more concise and more specific than our recent cinema world builder skill for seed dance video generations if you want to grab it. But we'll go through everything that we're going to be releasing down below as well in this video, so please be sure to stay tuned and watch. Without further ado, here are the 4 runner-ups.
Category 7, they're urging everyone to take shelter immediately.
Alright, and here is the winner of the 6,000 Higgsfield credits.
Sweet dream, my dear, always be right here. Sweet dream, my dear.
Congratulations to our winner and our runner-ups. There were so many cool stories and comments to go through, and we're grateful for every single one. And now let's talk about how those got made, because this is the part that actually saves you money. So we're going to get into character building, voice blocks, outfit sheet references, scene plays, all of that later in this video. But for right now, I'm just going to share briefly how we built those winning videos using our cinema director's skill, which you can download for free below. But what I'm going to be doing is I'm basically taking these short video shots from the selected comments I'm going to drop them into Claude and have it build out a short 15-second seed dance generation using the cinema director's skill. What this is showing you is when you're talking with Claude and you're trying to just build a quick scene, a quick video out, you don't have character reference sheets, you don't have video reference sheets, you don't have any image reference sheets, you just have it all locked away in your mind. The coolest thing that you can do is describe it just like this in a simple prompt structure to Claude of what you want and how you're envisioning it. And what the cinema director's skill is going to do is build out that entire sequence for you. It's going to feed you how long the video generation is going to take, which you've already specified as 15 seconds. But if you're doing anything else, it's going to max out at 15 seconds right now. Since Seed Dance 2.0 is only 15 seconds long, it's going to tell you how long the runtime will be given the scene that you're trying to build. It's going to give you a small little title of what this video is, and then it's going to give you the entire prompt in a code block that you can simply just copy and paste directly into Seed Dance. What the cinema director skill is going to do as well is not only just read the shots, but it's going to understand how complex or simple the camera movement needs to be, what the scene and characters should be structured like since we're not using reference images, and it's going to execute it into a tightly formatted prompt. This is a callback to the bell curve that I mentioned in my previous video. Prompt boxes are not linear, meaning more detail helps until it doesn't, and then it breaks. So the skill is basically a map of where that peak sits so that you're not finding out by burning credits. And the actual credit math, lately I've been able to get my scenes, everything I want to generate, how many generations per scene, almost down to a science, and that sits roughly between 1 to 2 generations a scene, and that comes from building with these skills that we have. Obviously, a great video takes multiple generations to get right. You get different takes, you get different scenes. It's just like in filmmaking, when you're getting multiple cuts from the same scene, just helps you out in the editing process later. Also, again, the skill doesn't make the video good. It makes you answer the questions that a director would have to answer anyway, which is you. I generated all of those videos in 4K, by the way, only because I'm trying to give you guys the highest quality videos possible on this channel. But if you've been around on the channel long enough, you know that I've started with and have used 720p video generations and upscaled to 4K using Topaz. But if you want to find out how to do that for yourself, I've also made a video on Topaz upscaling in this video right up here. But seriously, thank you guys all for the submissions. I love being able to generate these for you guys. And if you want to do more giveaways like this, I have plenty more credits to give out. I just want to hear from you guys what you want to do. If we get this video shared in every server, every subreddit thread that you guys are involved with to help more people prompt for their video generations and image generations, and if we climb this channel to 50,000 by the end of August, which would be crazy, we're gonna do something pretty mad. So now let's build from nothing. So the biggest thing I've wanted for this channel since the very first video is to build a community around storytellers, around visionaries who want to make cinematic films, who want to move away from AI slop, and who want to be proud of the thing that they created, not just look at what the computer did. Look what I made, look what I was able to come up with from my head, put it into the prompt box and be able to generate and get close to what I was envisioning. Like I've said before, there are more steps to building a story than hitting generate. I want to be specific about that because AI slop gets thrown around like it's about the tools, and it isn't. The reason why most AI videos you see around online or in video ads, it's not because it's from the model, it's because nobody decided anything before they started typing. They might have a character, they might have a setting, they might have the product, they might have a plot point, but were any details added as to what time of day it was? Was the reason the character was standing there or why she was talking to somebody? How did that character feel? All of those, if it's not thought about, the viewer is going to notice. AI on its own will never express real emotion in the way that you think that it would. So you have to be super detail oriented. You have to actually know what you want your film to look like, not just the vibes, and that starts with the story. who is this character, what do they want, what's in the way, and what does it cost. And that's where the story Bible skill that we released comes in. It walks you through the premise, the thesis, the plot, the timeline, the locations, how every character should hold their voice, what their specific tonality is, what are their personality traits, are they excited, are they usually mopey. All of those get locked away in your story Bible so that when you're pulling references from that story Bible, your LLM is able to know, okay, when we're talking about Zara, for example, we know that she is a little bit off the rails. She's kind of all over the place. She's got a specific kind of voice. We're going to use all of that to our knowledge to be able to put it into the prompt and be able to deliver that every time we talk about Zara.
It better not be those null boys. If I see them on the screen, I swear.
That's what helps our consistency. That's what helps our characteristics. So that's the story Bible. That is a skill that is available as well in this link in the description. The skill is really just a reference point. It's something that doesn't have to be memory in your Claude. It just holds memory in the skill. That's just what has helped me. That's what I use it for. And now let's get to the spine of this video. The whole reason why I wanted to make a long video format, because I wanted to show you guys from start to finish a story being made, how I prompt my LLMs to build me scenes and structures, what I'm using to build these scenes with. Today we are going to be in Higgsfield using the Cinema Studio. If you're not already familiar with Cinema Studio, it's basically a enhanced video generation project bank file structure. There's a lot of things going on and it's really cool. This is where I work with KY, where we work on image generations, outfit designs, scene generations, all in our specific episodes that we've been creating. You can categorize all of these by folders, then you can name all of these images as elements that you can then use for video generations. Among all of those incredible features, you also have an AI director inside the tool, which basically helps you build out your scenes and go from there. All of the skills that I've made, that is for full-length feature projects, super helpful in building out images, character reference sheets, and then the Cinema Studio that I'm going to be working in today is what I'm going to be making this short film with. Before we get into it, I'll let you take a look at what we're going to be making, and then we'll get into it.
Hi, thank you so much for having me. Wait, so just right here, and I'm already mic'd up?
Yep, that's great.
I have no idea. This is crazy. I'm ready. So where do I even start? I came from nothing, you know, my dad was never around, but my mom, she was the best. God, not already. I told myself I wouldn't cry. I always loved music. My mom, she bought me this little toy keyboard when I was like 5 or 6, and I'd play that thing for hours. She always told me, "Tú puedes con todo, amor. You can do anything." And I believe her.
Hola, Ravi, bebé. Mi amor, estoy tan orgullosa de ti. Ojalá pudiera estar ahí, pero sé que estás haciendo cosas maravillosas. Le pido a Dios que encuentres el amor en este mundo. Te quiero, amor.
She's not here anymore. That's probably the hardest part. She never got to see any of this. But I'm hugging her with the music I'm making. Because everything works out. Everything I was ever scared of, it works out. And I tell little 6-year-old Raven to just keep going. And now I'm playing sold out arenas with the best people I've ever known. People connecting to my music in ways I never even dreamed. Laughing in the back of vans and tour buses till my rib cage hurts. And that's the part nobody tells you. It was never the lights or the crowd. It's the connection. The people you choose to live your life with, finding the things you love most and working hard at them, waking up and choosing to be better than yesterday. That's it, right? That's the dream. I don't ever want to just wake up and feel content with arriving. I always want to keep going. That's it. I don't know. Was that good?
That was perfect. Thanks, Raven.
No, you ate!
Love you guys. Keep going.
Okay, Okay, so we are going to dive into how I created her story, her background, the whole docu-style video that you just watched. But first, let's start with the character. So what I did was I used the character builder skill that I've got as well in the link below. And basically I just described what kind of person I wanted to build, and it gave me this whole prompt putting the character on a 18% flat gray background. Why we use flat gray backgrounds and flat studio lighting is so that we don't fight any plastic images. When we build characters on white backgrounds with studio lighting, you're going to end up getting some pretty plastic looking video generations back just because it's fighting such hard contrast. When we've got a softer medium gray background, we've got flat lighting on our character, it's able to make much better generations. We used GPT image 2 for this, which is just our face, so that we can lock in the face. We're not doing any styling, we're not doing anything crazy. So she's wearing a black tank top, we're just going for face structure here, so that anytime we build our outfits, anytime we do any kind of different generations, we always have this to fall back on. We're always going to be fighting plastic, but the better images that we can give, the better outputs we're going to get. When we're building our outfits, usually I'll be using Nano Banana Pro to be building my outfits directly on the character, but sometimes the outfit doesn't feel right using Nano Banana Pro. Sometimes you want more of an aesthetic, sometimes you want something a little cool, a little crazier. The best way to do that we've found recently is either go into Higgsfield's Soul Cinema and prompt it there on a generic model, not necessarily your character, because you can't reference your character there. Get the outfit that you want it to look like, then pull that outfit sheet, screenshot it, pull that into Claude or your LLM, pull your character's reference headshot into your LLM, tell it that you want to put that outfit onto your character. It's going to give you the Nano Banana prompt to do that swap, and it's going to show you exactly how to do that. Another one that works pretty well we've found out recently is Seed Dream 5.0. It doesn't get the characters' faces right exactly, but it's going to do a good job at making some of the outfits. Then what you're going to do is the same thing. So that is your character outfit reference. Now you want to build a character reference sheet. This is going to be your 3-panel character reference sheet that you're going to use on all of your video generations for those specific scenes where they're wearing that. This is going to be a 3-panel. You can also do a 6-panel. The character builder skill is going to default to a 3-panel. You're going to have a front, headless, full body rear, and a close-up headshot. The reason being is that when Seed Dance looks at the reference sheet that you're providing, it's going to grab one face and one full outfit, what the front and back looks like. We haven't had any issues on side profiles or anything like that when we're using the 3-panel sheets. But say you have a skateboard or you have a specific prop that you want the character to be holding and you want those to come through, you can definitely build out a 6-panel and just customize that to what details you want the model to pick up. And now you do that for every scene that you want them in. So for Raven here, for example, we've got her interview look right here, and then we've got her streetwear look with a Noisy Group hoodie, and then we've also got her outfit here for the DJ sequence. All of those on gray backgrounds, perfect for building out our scenes. I wanted to make sure that I had our characters, any props that were needed, the scene world plates that we're going to be putting them in, and then we're going to build out the elements and build out our scenes. Now that we've got all of those ready, we're going to go over to our cinema studio. We can create a new project and we'll call it DJ RAVENA. We'll make it private. We'll hit create. What you can do here is you can go back over to your image section, select all the ones that you want to add here and bring them into your folder. You can also go over here to this left side panel and create more folders just to keep it organized. And then from there, you can start building away. There is the AI director here that you can click on, but we're going to come over here to elements first. And we're just going to make sure that all of these images have element tags. What's going to be helpful in this cinema studio specifically, once we have the elements tagged, when we're in our AI director or we're here in the video section, it's going to be a lot easier for us to tag all of the elements, the characters, the scenes, everything in the video section so that it's easier to build our sequences. Also, once these elements are built, we're able to tell the AI director what those elements are, what they're wearing in which settings, and what they're going to look like. So I'm going to pull up the AI director and I'm just going to tell it to build out our sequence here. The first sequence being the interview. Let's just go ahead and tell it I want the character sitting in this couch and the camera to capture her, that she never looks at the camera directly. Let's have her looking past and beyond, talking to the director as if she would be on a real interview setting. And then let's go from there. We're going to make sure that the camera is locked. We're going to make sure there's no music at all, only dialogue and sound design. That's an important step here. Otherwise, you're going to be fighting random music that's going to be baked into your video, literally, and you can't do anything about it. Let's do that. We're going to get that started and we'll see you back here as we get stuff going. So I've got all these different videos generated now. Some other ones, we are doing some iPhone footage. So I made sure to specifically say, I want some of these videos to be captured as if it were on an iPhone. So it's going to do some different movements. It's going to feel more authentic to being an iPhone. What you're going to notice is I'm not doing a ton of image reference sheets as our starter frame. A lot of times when I use start frames, I will start to notice some more plasticiness or some fakeness that comes through the video. Most of the time, if I just tell the model I want this person in this setting and it knows what the setting is like with the haze and whatnot, it's going to feel a lot more authentic of where the person is in that setting. But if there's a specific thing, like you want your character to be sitting on a specific stool in a kitchen and you don't want them to move, that's when you would use a start frame reference image so that it knows in that whole plate where that character is sitting. And then what I would do is not start from that frame. I would start from maybe a close-up or a different angle, just so you have more dynamic depth when you're building out those scenes. So we've got our interview scenes. We've got all these different B-roll images that we've created to look and feel more like a documentary style video. I added this one video that was just of her as a kid, and I didn't use any reference images at all. I just said, let's make a old VHS style camera angle of her if she was 5 or 6 years old in a warm Christmas morning environment with just her mom holding the camera. It feels very handheld, very shaky. It did a pretty good job. Now that all of that is put together, the real sauce comes in the editing. What we want to do is we want to do some color grading. We want to warp some footage, look a little bit blurry at the edges, different things to make it feel like a real cinematic footage. We're going to add a ton of grain. We're going to just make it feel like it's moving and it lives and breathes, just to add some more depth to our footage, because a AI video generation doesn't stop right when you generate. We want to get it to 70. I've said this on my channel before, but I almost never want to get videos all the way to 100. We can always shoot for 100, and I always want to shoot for 100 when we're making videos, but I always want there to be an element of knowing, yes, this is a story that we're telling. This is a artificially intelligent video that we're watching. The last piece is we're going to change her voice. We're going to give her her own specific voice that is true to her and stays consistent throughout the whole video. The way that I'm going to do that is I'm going to export this whole video sequence as a .wav file or a .mp3 file. I'm going to then upload that to ElevenLabs. This is not sponsored by ElevenLabs, but ElevenLabs has so many cool different thousands and thousands of voices that real people have inputted for you to use specifically for your own videos. So we found this one that I feel like fits her the best, and we're going to use that to create her own voice, and it came across perfectly. Then we're going to export that and we're going to swap that in. Something also to note is when you get your audio back from your Higgsfield video generations, so I have all of those muted, but there are these moments where maybe she's laughing, or maybe there's some walking, or maybe there's other sound effects when she's not talking. It's good to have that in there just as this continuous, it feels like it's really something that you're watching and not so much just a voiceover. That is how we have saved voice consistencies. You can also get those voices saved in ElevenLabs itself and you'll never lose them. The things to note when you're listening back to these voices and the generations that come back is the pacing, the structure. These are the things that people miss. Make sure it doesn't sound like they're performing. Now, this is the part where this has not a whole lot to do with the video I just showed you, but it has a lot to do with the videos that people are figuring out and trying to make work. Music videos. Lip syncing and matching up to music is one of the hardest things to do, and it's one of the easiest things to do when you get it figured out. The best way to get your character to lip sync to your music, here's the biggest thing that you want to do. Seed dance operates by seconds, 4 seconds all the way to 15 seconds. You want your music clip that you want them to lip sync to be between 4 and 10 seconds long max. So if it's a verse, if it's the first part of a verse, you want it to be 4 to 10 seconds max. So what I would do is go into your video editor or your audio editor and cut the different specific portions of your song in those specific seconds. Has to be 5 seconds exactly, 5.00. Another thing that will help you immensely if you're able to extract the vocal stem from your audio bit. Something that you could use is something like Moises.ai, another thing, not sponsored, but it's something that can separate the vocals from the instrumental track, and that way you can upload just the vocals to Seed Dance in 4 to 10 seconds max clips as a video. You don't want to export it as a .mp3, you want to export this as a video file that you can then upload into Higgsfield, into Seed Dance, and when you're prompting through your LLM, you're going to make sure, hey, you know, we're using these images, we're using these scenes, and we're going to be using a 5-second long video track for them to lip sync to. And I want the music to be specifically what the audio is coming out. What happens if you don't do that is you get something like this.
It's giving fame, we the future, not a game. It's giving fame, we the future, not a game. It's giving fame, we
Seed Dance begins to hallucinate and figure out how long the song should be, what it should sound like. It's going to make it sound completely different entirely, and your characters are not going to be singing it, and it's going to look very wonky, and it's going to sound very wonky. So if you don't do what I just mentioned, you're in for a bad time. If you want to be in for a good time, acapella, vocals only, video track, upload exact seconds of how you want the video to come out, and it looks something like this. If that was the whole thing you wanted to get out of this video, that makes me happy too. I know this was a lot to cover, but I wanted to just go through everything that you could ever need to create and start your own AI video generations, whether that be a story that you're trying to tell, a cinematic piece that you're trying to tell, a documentary style piece that you're trying to tell, or a music video. And lastly, your whole video ends in your editor. Something that's really cool is in Higgsfield, there are some apps that people are making and building through the platform that you can now use that can help you with these. There's a character sheet app in there that's really cool, and I've been making some cool anime characters. There's also an AI video editor that people are having fun with. There's a hook studio that people are using for social media content hooks. A lot of different cool things that are in this platform that I don't see any other platforms doing, to be honest. And I'm really excited to see where the future of app generating, they've got an academy there, which is really helpful. But the whole thing, the skills, the giveaways, everything that I'm doing here, the learnings on this channel, it comes from the same place. I want to live in a world where being creative and making things doesn't come from scraping by. I've done the scraping. I'd rather spend my time handing people the things that I wish I was handed, and that's helpful tools to keep creating. AI, image, and video generation is the single most powerful tool in our creative tool belt if used effectively. If you want to test the skills out that are below, or the cinema studio with all the best top models on the easiest platform, honestly, to get started with for creators, I'll leave a link to the Higgsfield platform in the description or in the comments below. Go build something for yourself. Thank you again for being here. I can't believe that we are at 25K, guys. Thank you again for being here. Music videos are cooking and a lot more than that. I have nothing else to say. We'll see you guys in the next video. Peace, love, and AI.